Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this pick a card reading to explore your person's love language. Whether it's someone you've got a crush on, someone you're casually dating, or someone you are in a committed relationship with, this tarot card reading dives into the different love languages to see which one is preferred by that person on your mind. The 5 love languages are as follows. Number 1, words of affirmation, such as expressing affection through praise or appreciation. Number 2, quality time, like giving someone your undivided attention, turning off your phone, turning off the TV. Number 3, physical touch, such as cuddling or holding hands. Number 4, acts of services, like running errands or doing chores. And 5, receiving gifts. What's interesting is that people might have a few different love languages. The love languages they speak can change over time or fluctuate due to stress or major life changes, and it can take some time to identify and speak the love language of the people that you care about. So this reading helps you to navigate those issues. Keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective. You have agency over your life, and you make the decisions about how you experience it. It's your choices and your actions that lead to the ultimate truth of your situation and the love languages that you speak. For those of you ready right now to explore your person's love language, the link to each reading is in the description box below. I have in front of me 4 piles of cards. In pile number 1, 78 Tarot Animal, Tarot of the Wild. In pile 2, Tarot Disassembled. In pile number 3, 78 Tarot Magical, Tarot of the Fantastical. And in pile 4, Pastel Journey Tarot Deck. Pick the pile of cards that you feel drawn to the most, and feel free to pick multiple piles. Once you have made your decision, go to the description box and click on the link for the corresponding pile. Now it's time to tap into the cards. Choose your love language tarot adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1, those who pick 78 Tarot Animal, Tarot of the Wild, to explore your person's true love language. So let's find out more about your person to give you confirmation of whether this is the right pile reading for you. So group number 1. Let's see about your person. You have heartbreak. So your person is someone who has had prior love loss. Perhaps they're still healing, or you feel that they've been shaped by their prior heartbreak, their possibly their inability to let go of some things. You have this card of communication. So group number 1, your person seems to be someone who is, communication is a key issue between you two. Perhaps because of their heartbreak, they're not very good at it, or a lot of the issues that you have are trying to figure out what it is they're not saying. And you have this card of patience. So it seems that your person, you're willing to take time on them because they seem to need a little bit of time to kind of maybe detach from something from their past. You have this happiness card. So it seems like despite your person's, past heartbreak, they are, for the most part, jovial. They're in good spirits. We have this movement card. So they are someone who is really looking forward to possibly a future with you or their own future, and kind of moving past their past. We have this creativity card. So group number 1, your person seems to be someone who is creative. Maybe they use their past experience to kind of write things, maybe write stories, write poems, songs, something along those lines. So let's find out the story of their love language. So, group number 1, let's see what you give your person. You have King of Cups. So you give your person a lot of support, a lot of love. Perhaps you are someone that is a shoulder to cry on. You can deal with a lot of their, not like they bring you drama, but you're able to kind of help them see things in a new perspective. Maybe like, hear them out, or take time to hear them out, or just be with them. So let's see, what do they need more of? This wants to come out. Knight of Cups. So they need more of that emotional connection. They need help possibly with wearing their heart on their sleeve and being more vulnerable. So let's see what your person needs less of. We have Ace of Pentacles. So if you are someone that has been kind of buying things for your person, or giving them things, that's something that they feel that they can do on their own. So let's see what makes them unsure of what they need in general. 7 of Cups. So when there are a lot of choices, when there are a lot of uncertainties and potential like possibilities, potential goals, it's they don't really know what they want. So if they have a lot going on around them, if they are kind of given a lot of different options, then they're kind of in a like paradox of choice. So let's see what love language makes them feel understood. We have here the High Priestess. So the concept of just like being there, listening to them, kind of being curious, not necessarily like doing anything other than giving your time and attention. And you might not need to say anything, but just being there, listening, and just recognizing what they are going through or have gone through. So let's take a look at what love language comforts them. We have here the Fool. So this seems to be more of, like doing things with them. Like this would be, possibly quality time, and also like receiving gifts. So this could be going on like a trip together. So where it's, just you two, like maybe going on a hike, or going to a museum where it's kind of not necessarily just staring at each other and giving time to each other, but experiencing things together and getting to kind of talk to each other about those new experiences. So let's see what gives them confidence. We have here the Temperance card. So it seems that, again, this concept of time and attention, like paying attention to what they're doing, noticing the things that have changed, how they have changed, how they might have improved. So this concept of really maybe even like this movement, this aspect of them succeeding and kind of where they have been and how they're progressing towards their goal. So that would be, showing them that you are paying attention to them, and possibly just, telling them like, hey, I noticed you did this, or I overheard you having a conversation with that person. It seems like you really understand that. So it seems like that does give them confidence, that concept of words of affirmation and quality time. So about let's see about their passion. What love language ignites their passion? We have here the 10 of Wands. So this here kind of indicates like acts of service. Like I know I said doing chores or like running errands for them, but it could also be like buying a coffee for them, which is like a gift and an act of service. But it's almost like because this has to do with their passions and igniting their passion, it's almost a sense of the weight, the fact that this like beaver is like holding on to these sticks here. It seems like it's acts of service plus physical touch. So maybe even giving a massage, where there is that touch involved. It's more than just cuddling and holding hands, but it's an act of service because they get to perhaps relax and you take on the heavy lifting with a massage, and it's also like quality time where you're giving undivided attention for that. So let's take a look at when to speak their love language. All right, so group number 1, you have this fence boundaries card. So your person would appreciate you speaking their love language when you sense that they are putting up like boundaries, or even need to put up boundaries, like healthy boundaries. Perhaps you see that they are doing too much for someone else, or spending a lot of time that's not going to be for their best and highest good, and is only just going to run them into circles, or drain them. So here, that's when to figure out which love language they need to hear. You have this yield patience card. So here we have this patience card over here. So group number 1, your person, they might need your special love language talk, your speak, I guess, when they are having problems with being patient, when they are maybe waiting for a response to a job application, or in traffic and kind of getting frustrated, to a certain degree. And this one kind of fell out. We have smiley face joy. So group number 1, your person would like you to speak their love language when they are in a good mood, when you see that happiness, possibly paying attention to them, like making a comment about it, kind of praising them for the things that they're doing to help others be in a joyful mood. And we have bullseye focus. So it seems here like your person is really about achieving their goals, and they want to be recognized for their creativity. So when your person is either focusing on an outcome, doing a task, doing something where they are really looking towards, with the 7 of Cups here, trying to figure out which cup to focus on, that's when they would appreciate you speaking their love language. And again, not necessarily doing something for them, or not necessarily buying something for them, or even figuring it out for them, like putting a plan together, but kind of giving them those words of affirmation, letting them know how they're improving, or how you kind of see the position from your perspective, where there's that focus on, that quality time where you can show that you are paying attention. You're paying attention to their progress. You're paying attention to what it is that they're bringing to the table, and also giving them words of affirmation and kind of showing praise in that process. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your person's love language. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 2, those who picked Tarot Disassembled to explore your person's true love language. So, group number 2, let's find out more about your person to give you some confirmation of whether this is the right pile reading for you. So, you have this comfort card, balance, and determination. So, group number 2, your person is someone who, perhaps they have really reached a point in their life where they are focusing on what their goals are and how to reach them, and doing that in a way where they are spending time on themselves, the people that they care about, and finding, things that are really best for their path. It may be that they are they're gentle. They're not too aggressive. They see things from other people's perspectives. You have this maturity card here. So group number 2, your person may be older, or they've just have had life experiences that have really made them recognize what they need to let go of that doesn't serve them. You have this card of communication. So they may be someone who, when you communicate with them, they are kind of showing their maturity, or like old soul type of vibe that they have. You have this commitment card. So this is someone who is very loyal to the people they care about, possibly to you, probably in your relationship. This could be someone that you are married to, engaged to, or just going to be in a committed relationship with. But they are intentional and really on a more mature path to achieving the things that they want. So let's see what you give to them. Ace of Wands. So group number 2, you really help to inspire them, to help them recognize that the things that they desire, that they're passionate about, that the opportunities are there for them. Let's see what they need more of, group number 2. Knight of Cups. So they need more of that, those messages of love, that feeling of romance in their life. And let's see what they need less of. We have here the Magician. So this is usually a card of confidence and having resources available, knowing when to create things, being aware of their environment. So it's almost a sense of if you are the type to mother or to kind of tell your person what it is they need, or what it is, even if you're being helpful, reminding them of what they need to do, that's something they kind of need less of. So let's find out what makes them unsure of what they need. 6 of Cups. So something about their past. We have this Comfort card here. which to me is kind of like this Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, it is like about nostalgia and memories of the past. So it is almost a sense of that they are kind of coming into their own sense of comfort, but it's even though the magician isn't usually like a mothering card, that's kind of like the feeling I'm getting, especially with the Six of Cups, of like being unsure of what they need. When they feel like they're being seen as a child or put in a position where they're kind of feeling like they have to follow certain rules, or not in a bad way, but kind of if they're made to feel like they can't do things on their own. It's kind of, it makes them unsure of really what it is that they want, or what it is that they need. So let's find out the love language that makes them feel understood. We have here the Seven of Wands. So this is like kind of having someone's back. That's what I'm getting a sense here, is that you know, it's words of affirmation, or even not just praise, but even questioning, like getting clarification. Um, if you were to ask them, "Hey, did you mean this?" Or "I just wanted to, you know, um, clarify that because I wasn't sure." That's something that makes them feel understood, as opposed to like telling them. Yeah, so it's almost like asking and questioning versus kind of telling them, or uh, doing things for them. So this would be like quality time where you're giving your attention to them, and words of affirmation, because you know it doesn't necessarily have to be praise or appreciation, but in asking questions, it shows that you are appreciating what it is that they're doing or trying to accomplish. So let's take a look at what love language comforts them. You have Two of Pentacles. So this is kind of physical touch, and acts of service, uh, doing errands for them, or even working alongside them. Doing the things that they enjoy, going to a show, going to, um, the beach, something along those lines, where it's something they might want to do on their own, but it might feel like a chore if you're doing it with them. But also like that concept of physical touch, like maybe holding hands as you do whatever it is that they want to do. And let's see here what gives them confidence. Group number 2. We have here the Wheel of Fortune. So this is again, to me, that concept of quality time and giving your undivided attention, just and being with them. Maybe even watching them do something, or if they have to do something, being there and just being physically present with them, and showing your support in that way. They might not need you to say anything, but it's a sense of being there for them, ups or downs. So here, this is about, I was going to pull a card about what love language ignites their passion. We have another ace here. This is the Ace of Swords. So it seems like by speaking, here you have this communication card. So maybe like telling them what it is that you want, or telling them what it is that you want to do. Tell them how you're excited. Tell them how you're turned on. Things along those lines. That's seems to be their go-to. So let's take a look at when to speak their love language. You have fence boundaries. So when you find that your person either needs to create more boundaries between either you and them or them and other people that might want their time or attention, that's when they would appreciate you speaking their love language. You have labyrinth journey. So if you are kind of noticing that they feel maybe stuck or that they are feeling kind of focusing on something and going in different directions, that's when they would really appreciate you speaking their love language. We have coins, good luck. So here, whenever it is that you feel that they need some kind of change, it's almost like this wheel of fortune, giving them that confidence and kind of being there. Here, it's if you see that they need that feeling of a positive change, of something that will boost their confidence, that's when to speak their love language. I'll pull one more. We have this anchor stability card. So group number 2, your person would appreciate you speaking their love language when they feel that they need to get back to center, to focus on themselves, to focus on where they are, to get a sense of where they need to be, to help them get a sense of balance and maybe like reassessing what their goals are. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your person's love language. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, those who picked 78 Tarot Magical Tarot of the Fantastical to explore your person's true love language. So let's find out about your person to give you confirmation of whether this is the right pile reading for you and your person. So we have here this space card. Okay. We have this sadness card. And we have this ghost card. Okay. So group number 3, your person may be wanting a lot of space, not really being too communicative about their feelings, maybe a little bit withdrawn. Maybe they feel like there's some part of their life or their self that is missing or isn't what it used to be. This could be in relation to like a job loss, a fight, a family member that passed away, something along those lines. We have this card of strings. So group number 3, your person right now seems to need kind of propping up. It's almost like puppet strings right now that I'm kind of sensing. They feel like it's almost as if there's really not much they want to do, much motivation, unless there is somebody kind of pulling the strings and making that happen. We have this flirt card. So your person seems to respond to, flirtations. Maybe that's a way that you've noticed. That's kind of how they deal with the strings, or you can get the strings pulled. You have this card of heartbreak. So this could be perhaps a past relationship that they're dealing with. Maybe they're getting over a past relationship, and right now with you, it's kind of starting up. Or this heartbreak could be like in relation to something that's more personal to them, like, heartbreak for like losing their dream job, for losing a parent, something along those lines. So we're going to take a look at these tarot cards to find out the story of their love language. So let's see what it is that you give to them, group number 3. You give them hope. So there are times when, they feel lost. They feel like putting up boundaries, and, perhaps there's kind words that you say, words of inspiration, or just something about you where you are a light, or that they almost need to find within themselves. So let's see what they need more of. We have here 7 of Cups. So this is about choices and options. It can be illusions, but it could be that they need more, I guess, not just need more options. They need to see that they have options. They need more recognition that it is up to them, that they have that choice, that they can get out of whatever it is that they are in. So let's see what they need less of. We have King of Pentacles. So that is a card of material success and abundance. So it seems interesting that they need less of this, but King of Pentacles are also about doing things in a certain way that are kind of like tradition, and you just do because that's the way it's always been done. Maybe there is a father figure in their life that they feel like they're disappointing, or something along those lines. So let's see what makes them unsure of what they need. We have here the Devil. So, perhaps there might be some negative thinking patterns, negative relationship patterns, maybe even addictions. But when they are kind of faced in a situation where there is a question of their power and self-control, and kind of wanting to do what's for their best and highest good, it's like they're unsure of what to do. So let's see what love language makes them feel understood. We have here the Emperor. So it's another kind of card like the King of Pentacles. It seems like a father figure type of energy. But this is, more the concept of quality time and giving attention. And also, it could be words of affirmation, giving praise and appreciation, but it seems like more quality time and acts of service. So, just being there, listening. If they are talking about making plans for something, let's say you're going to the movies, maybe, showing that you looked up certain movies and said, oh, here's some movies that we can go to, so that they don't have to look it up themselves. So that's kind of concept of acts of service. And then the quality time, you might not be spending time looking exactly in their face, but you're taking time doing something together that they might want to do. So let's see what love language comforts them. 6 of Swords. So this is a card of support. This would be either quality time, giving your undivided attention if they have to move somewhere, helping them pack and move. So that's quality time and acts of service. It may be also words of affection and appreciation. Maybe telling them, hey, I know this is hard, but you're doing a great job. If they're either looking for a new job or needing to move locations or, dealing with a loss, it's like giving kind of encouragement um, with words of affirmation, and then, you know, acts of service and quality time. So let's see what gives them confidence. We have Page of Swords. So this would be words of affirmation again, kind of like saying things that they're doing correctly, or even asking questions about what they think, their opinions about things. So here, this is about the love language that ignites their passion. This is the Six of Cups. So this is a card of childhood nostalgia. It's also a card of helping each other out. So again, that acts of service, and spending quality time doing what they like. So if there was, a board game that they liked playing, maybe going out and getting that board game, or renting it or borrowing it from someone, and then playing, spending quality time playing that game together. So let's take a look, group number 3, at when your person wants you to identify and speak their love language. We have Firefly, Wonder, not wander, wonder. So when there is something where, they kind of need to leave a situation and move on, and possibly find their own light, what motivates them, that is when they would appreciate you identifying and speaking their love language. We have Lotus Flower, Enlightenment. So it's a sense of when you feel like they need to get out of a certain mindset and learn from their experiences and see how they've grown. That's when they would appreciate you speaking their love language. We have Power Lines, Energy. So group number 3, your person, when they are feeling that their energy is depleted or being affected by the energy of other people around them in not a great way, that's when they would appreciate you speaking their love language. And then we have Tree, Ancestry, and it says family reunion. So it does kind of seem like there is some kind of issues with parents, father, maybe there is a loss in the family, but when there's issues dealing with the family, kind of getting into the history of the family, figuring out where maybe certain, negative patterns or addictions kind of stem from, talking about health, those things, that's when they would like for you to identify and speak their love language. So I hope that this provides a helpful perspective of your person's love language. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This reading is for group number 4, those who picked Pastel Journey Tarot deck to explore your person's true love language. So let's find out more about your person, give you some confirmation of whether this is the right pile reading for you. So let's get some information about your person. Group number 4, you have this growth card, happiness, confidence. Okay, so group number 4, your person is someone who has matured a lot. They kind of know what no longer serves them, and they make sure that they are in a place of happiness, and surrounding themselves with people and things that increase their happiness, that they know kind of like what to leave behind and what to hold on to. They might be, older than you, but they are kind of feeling some abundance in their life. You have this spy card. So it may be that your person is someone that you are checking out on social media, or they work for in the social media marketing area. You have this strings card. So it seems that your person, they might have a lot of attention put on them by people in their past. It could be that they are like a hot commodity. You have this daydream card. So group number 4, it could be that your person is someone who is not necessarily in a committed relationship with you. It may be that you are focusing on them, trying to see how you can get more into their life, or that they have a lot of people, like they capture a lot of people's attention and a lot of people are interested in them. So let's find out the story of their love language. So let's find out what it is that you give to them, group number 4. 2 of Cups. So you give to them a sense of being not necessarily just an equal, but someone who is willing to give as much as you get. Someone who wants to communicate, wants to share your experiences, really wants to be a friend and a partner. So let's see what they need more of. This is 3 of Swords. This is interesting because it's not necessarily that they need more heartbreak. I think they need more healing. They need more growth, possibly. And the strings could be like someone from their past. So let's see what they need less of. 9 of Wands. So they need less like feeling drained, being hurt, being kind of the one to carry all the baggage. This could be from like a past relationship. It also could be with this 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. This might have to do with maybe mental health or physical health. And like these both kind of indicate like they need more healing and they need less being drained of energy, being injured. So let's see what makes them unsure of what they need. We have here the Princess of Wands. So this could be you, but it may be, like I was saying, it feels like that maybe that other people are trying to get their attention, and it's like they need less distractions, less flirtations from other people. So let's see what love language makes them feel understood. Knight of Cups. So that sense of romance, of like coming from the heart, communicating from the heart. And it can be anything. It could be words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, whatever it is, whatever that comes from the heart is what makes them feel understood. So let's see what love language comforts them. Queen of Cups. So being there and listening, spending quality time with them, and possibly words of affirmation, but more just like this real, looking at each other's eyes, kind of physically being there, giving undivided attention, but it may be like subtle praise or appreciation. It doesn't need to be like anything more than like maybe a head nod as you're listening to what they say. So let's see what love language gives them confidence. We have here the Emperor. So this would be, I would say, quality time, giving attention, possibly words of affirmation, kind of recognizing their confidence. They have a lot of confidence. It's almost like recognizing their place in the world or their place in your life, and that would be more like words of affirmation, just telling them, or in giving your attention in a way where they are pretty much in control or have power, not necessarily in a negative way, but have the power to really affect your heart. So let's see what love language ignites their passion. Wow. 10 of Swords. That's interesting. Okay. It almost is a sense of like, it's making me wonder if these 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, if this is more like shades of gray, like S&M type of things. With the 10 of Swords here, this is about things being like over and done with and hitting rock bottom, but also having like a new, what's it called? A new perspective. If this is in relation to an ex relationship, then what ignites their passion is knowing that they were able to, get out from under this person's thumb from their past. But for some of you, it could be that your person is into kinky things, and that's cool. That's cool for you. That works. So let's go ahead and find out when your person would want you to identify and speak their love language. We have bullseye, focus. So if there is something that your person is trying to accomplish, they're trying to meet a deadline or get a promotion or really do an amazing job on a print ad, that's when they would appreciate for you to identify and speak their love language. We have skull endings. So things that are coming to an end, I guess this 10 of Swords, it may be like this aspect of the 10 of Swords igniting their passion is kind of telling them what is, maybe things that are in the past done and over with, and helping them see like something new. Help them focus. But here with this skull and endings, they would appreciate you identifying and speaking their love language when they're reaching the end of something, dealing with the end of something, and helping them to see the potential positives and new beginnings that come out of those endings. We have this labyrinth journey. So group number 4, your person would also appreciate you speaking their love language when they're feeling kind of worn from their, if they're doing the same thing over and over again, or if they are going on a trip, if they're doing something where they really have to navigate things for themselves, and that there is something, there's something of importance or some kind of outcome that they're hoping for. And last card, we have mirror reflection. So, group number 4, your person would appreciate it if you identify and speak their love language when they are trying to get a better sense of who they are and what it is that's going on in their life. Maybe if they're comparing themselves to other people, comparing their place in life now to some time in their past or some time in their future that they're trying to reach. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your person's love language. We'll see you next time. Take care.